Hey guys, and welcome back to the next episode of Truth Bombs and Hot Flushes. So, today on TBHF, we are joined by a powerhouse of talent, laughter, and definitely purpose. She's a dynamic MC, entertainer, actress, philanthropist, motivational speaker, and international comedian known as the Queen of Comedy. She has built a bold and impactful brand using humor not just to entertain, but to also inspire, heal, and to uplift. From commanding corporate stages to creating meaningful change in communities, she's a force to definitely be reckoned with. So, guys, welcome the incredible, amazing women of. Now it's like me, because you're the one that's always doing the introductions. Welcome, Tash.
Thank you so much for having me. I love what you do. I love what you're doing with the brand. It's amazing. Thank you.
It's an absolute honor and pleasure. This has been so long awaited. And now finally we have you. And I think first and foremost, thank you for having us in your home, your beautiful home. It's like,
Thank you.
I know this is your safe space, but thank you for making time for us and letting us get you in a hot seat. We'll say your hot seat. So let's dive into it.
Let's get into it.
Tell us about Tash, because I go back to, I don't even know how many years ago this was, with Pop-Up Society. I don't know if you remember that.
And this is about 9 years ago. Yeah.
Crazy, right?
The pajama party.
The pajama party. And like looking at Tash from there, I mean, yes, we all knew Tash because we all bought tickets to the event. But Tash now, tell us, life.
It's so funny that you should talk about that event that you first, that was very much starting off in the career. We're less than a year old. And it's funny because this event that we're doing this year is a pajama party. I brought it all the way back because I feel like that was comfortable, that was cool, that was chilled. Let me tell you a little bit about me. Look, it is what it is. I really live by that. It is what it is. I don't know. You're going to get a different version of me from different people, right?
Of course.
And I think, but real is very, very much authentic, real. Yeah. That's the vibe.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I say things that are wrong. And the thing is, though, that I'm ready to learn. I'm human. I've been through a lot. So, I saw this lovely TikTok the other day and it said, you think you can hurt me, and it lists everything you've been through, you know? And then it just sort of makes you realize that, really, can people really hurt you after, everybody has their challenges, but I think I just keep my head above the water, keep it going, keep it jovial, and I don't laugh often, though, by the way. I laugh a lot in the home with my baby. A lot of that. We have a lot of fun, a lot of crazy time. But you'll never see me sitting and laughing at like a comedy show or like something to that effect. I mean, I love comedy.
Yes.
This is not offense to any other comedian. Sometimes that's how, and I feel like, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but people ask us, how do we do comedy with a straight face? And it doesn't always happen all the time for me, because sometimes I think this in my head and I laugh about it before I say it, which is maybe a little conceited. I'm really about to say this right now. I don't think I should be saying, but that is who I am.
But that's you keeping it real.
That is who I am.
And
I'm just
don't take away
girl.
from that. Yeah.
Everything that you've spoken about are just titles that I don't, I mean, I appreciate it. I'm humbled. I'm grateful to God. But I'm just that girl. And I think everybody still sees alongside whatever they deem to be successful, but they still see that chats with girl.
Yeah.
And that will always be who I am. We went to a very classy event last week.
Right.
Okay, and it was gorgeous.
Right.
And everybody was eating with a fork and a knife. And here I was.
Right.
With my fingers, I was in that
get
chicken
that.
with my fingers, and it didn't matter because it won't. This is who I am.
Of course.
So...
And you know what? To be who you are in the age that we are living in, you've got to own that, because there's not, with the amount of societal demands right now, people are kind of going into like a hole of who they are. They're crawling back into like a little hole because they don't want to show who they really are. So it's sad.
It's sad because it's either crawling into the hole or defining yourself as something you're not. And I love this. My friend always says to me, she says, real is rare and fake is everywhere. And I feel like is it really? You get people who are completely fake, and then you get
Yeah.
people who are built into becoming somebody that they're not
Yeah.
because of societal pressure. Like,
Yes. Yes.
I will, and listen again, like, I'm probably going to have to take all this out that I'm saying because it's offensive to every industry, right?
Listen.
But like, like, I don't have a problem with like the lips fillers and all. Like, I
Yes.
seriously
Yes.
don't. But I feel like we've lost somewhere along the line, and this is, I mean, people can argue, but you're using makeup and you use lashes and I have extensions on, and yes, because you are constantly like, when people say, hey, you look like this, and hey, I had no makeup one day and somebody said, are you sick? I'm like, no, I'm tired and I didn't draw my eyebrows, guy.
Okay.
You know, just
I
calm down.
mean,
So I think for me it's very sad because the young girls of today have no I see social media as bringing out more of the natural vibe. Like, this is who I am, and I, like, you know, screw you to say. Am I allowed to say? I'm allowed to say.
you
Screw
are you are allowed to say screw you or anything of that sort. Thank you. This is what our TBHF platform is about.
Guys, I'm not used to these mics. So, a lot of people are saying, screw you, this is who I am. But there's a lot of girls, because we work with a lot of schools where we give these motivational talks. And girls as little as 16 who I know suffer with PCOS from that point.
Yes.
Going through the facial hair, the pimple skin, you know, and they're already in this bubble because they are being scrutinized, bullied, or whatever. So for me, I think the whole idea is to find a voice for women, one voice for all women, the whole species, because, and I'm not saying I'm going to do that alone. I'm saying I could start that,
of course,
but it's going to take millions of hands to clap, and it's going to take every woman. So it's a difficult place to be in right now, because also as parents of teens, I'm not, well, you are, right?
Yeah.
You got to be so case sensitive as to what you say and how you say it.
Absolutely.
Because it's not like our days, and I always talk about it, like, our days were special. Very special.
Absolutely special.
We need therapy for how we grew up.
You know, I tell the kids that we had corporal punishment in school.
Yeah.
We grew up with that.
Yeah.
But we respected our teachers to another degree.
I just said
you won't
this
even
the
look
other
at them
day.
in a different, you know, because so I don't know if you remember this, because I'm quite a few years older than you, but
Not even. But,
but it was rosebuds where the teacher would take
seven of the best.
yes, and the chalkboard ruler and whack you or on your knuckles, or you'd have to like sit and squat in a corner, or you'd even get
about that knuckle thing. We have arthritis because of our teachers, and they owe us for this. Okay, it's
we
a
were
portion of our
abused. We were abused.
So,
but we knew with the discipline and the respect that we had. I mean, we all turned out pretty good.
I agree.
We never turned out with like issues about, oh, my teacher screamed at me
and I couldn't.
You knew, like, you need to get in line, but you didn't want to be the person on the receiving end of that chalkboard ruler.
And if
or
your teacher, or if the principal said, I need to see your father, you died before you died, and then we died and died.
Yeah, exactly.
Because our parents gave us one look and we went back to factory settings because we were so afraid to do anything wrong. And not in a bad way. It's in a respectful way. But today, and I've heard this from principals themselves, children, or like now, if the parent is called, parents are fighting, hitting guns, threatening children, punch. Now, my aunt's a teacher, and someone punched it, and these are students punched her tires. So
yeah, it's a next level now.
But I think now this is another topic for another day. Discipline does to a fair extent start at home, because
absolutely
there's things that a child should go into school with, because a lot of time parents are going and saying, oh, but you're the teacher, you don't do this. And there's a lot of teachers doing great things, and then we leave that part, right?
Yeah.
So, but discipline starts at home. If you teach your child, and I know people are going to say, oh, you're just a mother now, you don't understand, because sometimes you can be the best parent and have the most disrespectful child. So and people say, you know, don't swear in front of your children, don't fight. We're going to keep it real here, my friend, because I am not going to keep him locked in an egg, and then he hears one F word one day, and what? Ma?
Yeah, yes.
Because I want you. I'm not saying teach them. Listen,
no,
I am.
Of course.
Gosh, I don't think.
Yes.
I think cancel this whole thing.
I love it. I absolutely. This is why I was looking forward to this.
I think that school is important.
Yes,
I'm not a big fan.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of school. I feel like so much needs to change. I feel like
the
children
pressure.
getting up early at 5 o'clock And then this is, I
And
know
then
this
how's
is
about no wait, the homework story,
Oh,
right? It's
don't
like
get me
you
started.
become the teacher.
We need to be marked for
But
that.
no.
Because
It's
and
that's something
Afrikaans,
that needs to be addressed.
I know,
Yes.
I feel also like hypothetically there's one bathroom in your home and there's 4 children. And it's the 5 o'clock run, and someone finishes the water, and someone is screaming. Okay, that's how we grew up, though.
Yeah.
Like the water is finished, and
Yes, yes.
But like, really, children have to be in school by 7. I think let's start at 11 and finish at 5. I think that's a great time, even for parents to maneuver.
Because also just to give the parents a chance to breathe, I've got to get like bang out 5 lunches in the morning. Also feed them before they leave to school, but they are supposed to leave the house by 7 o'clock.
That is
How do we
crazy.
do that? And 3 kids in 3 different schools.
But see, that's
No,
where I'm
it's
going to
no.
fail as a mom, and I know it because I am not separating lunchbox with cucumbers, carrots. You're getting a sandwich from last night's curry boy, and you're moving the notion.
That's how we roll.
I know that somebody's going to come and say, "Oh,
The
but that's
snackwich.
poor high
Listen,
diet."
we had snackwich.
And how
Back in
nice
the
is
day,
it?
my kids call it now a not a toaster. What is the word they use? I'm like, guys, it was called a snackwich.
It's a toasty.
You take it's a some modern lingo, and I'm like, last night's leftovers, and the best was putting a beans curry
Yes,
in a
right.
sandwich, and then you put it into the snack
I'm so hungry
wedge.
now, Jenny.
And but it was like the best lunch.
Right?
Or peanut butter. Peanut butter was like a thing. Peanut butter was a thing. I don't know.
Peanut butter is
It's
when
just
your mother, like, it's late now.
yeah.
Because
And
remember,
she's got to just bang out all these lunches.
those
Remember-
days it wasn't just like get up and move. We had to put the clothes on the liner. We'd check if the sun is coming out, and
I don't know how they did it though. I have to
Successful,
say
right?
hats off to our
hats off to our
parents because
Yeah.
they were in a league of their own, honestly.
because now the helpers are taking over. Which again, they're gonna nail me
No.
for this one. But let's be honest.
I'm sorry.
Even I said to my husband, I need to find a nanny because I can't find a rhythm. But on the same token, I don't believe in nannies fully because I want to also be part of him.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
they're growing up, and they're gonna come from here.
So
too,
it's a
because,
bit but it's a bit of a catch-22,
Yeah.
and I get that because I've got help. I think I would go nuts with having to clean the house, also see to kids, still carry on with doing like work.
I have a
you
helper
know.
once a week, and
So-
for the one time a week, I feel like I made it in life. Where I could have like just sleep on that bed and not
And let
do
you
nothing.
do, yeah.
But as soon as she leaves, there's
Then it's-
glasses in the sink, there's clothes on the floor. You can't do this thing in life without help. You can't do
You
this thing called
cannot.
life without help. I'm sorry. It takes a lot of hands.
And
to
I think,
clap.
you know what, listen, we as women, we can clean up, we can have everything spotless. But if you just take the men out of the equation and the children out of the
Oh,
equation,
it will
then
be
we all good.
spotless. I
But,
don't.
yeah.
I don't know if I can call myself OCD.
Yeah.
I'm not. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and thinking that grass is too long. But like that's not gonna affect me to a point where I can
You're
just
gonna-
close
yeah,
the curtain
yeah.
and hide the problem.
Yes,
Okay, hide the
yes,
problem.
yes. Why not?
But I'm not obsessive. As a wife or a mother, like if it's whatever.
Yeah.
I even say to the people sometimes, if there's 2 glasses in the sink that's worrying you, then throw it away. We'll
Oh,
buy another
yes,
2. Or we have,
yes.
because why is it that 6 people in a house have 24 glasses in? Okay, visitors, right?
Right,
But
right.
you're not getting to, okay, right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's always going to be mess. And this is where stress comes out from because you are so frustrated
Yeah.
that the house looks like this. And we as women are forgetting to live because we're spending a lot of time decluttering the clutter and stressing. Now I don't care. You want to leave that ball there, leave that
Leave
ball
it.
there.
That's
The
and I
world's not
think
coming
I
back.
think your people that know you when they walk into your home and if there's toys around and this is your home. This is you can't be putting on and I think this comes with when you have kids as well.
Yeah.
That you can't have things.
So before we had our baby, I gotta be honest. So now you've got a phone and say that you're coming, right?
yes,
But we
yes.
do have our friends that randomly, I would say, like, come over.
Right.
And as soon as they say come over, they say they're coming over, I will be running.
From
Like,
okay.
Remember, you only have to have this area and that area neat, and everything can be
Yes,
dumped in the
yes.
bedroom, and you can close it.
Yes,
They're not,
yes.
they're not going there. My friend, however, she comes in the bedroom and lays with me, but totally understand
Yes.
that she's like, I don't want to do this, and I'll be stressing like this.
Yeah.
But now that I have a child, I don't have to run around before they buzz at the gate. It's his fault, and that's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
He's taking the blame. He's taking
for
one
everything.
for the team. And as soon as they
we
walk
take
in,
a
I'm
couple
like,
for the team actually. The kids, but
anyone
you know.
walks in, I'm like, sorry
Yeah.
guys, you know how it is having.
Yes.
So it's not always him, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's taking
But I
it.
think our mind frames have also changed. It's like I
Yeah,
think we've grown up also with the mindset with our parents, and I'm sure your parents were just the same. Your mom was just the
yeah.
same way. Things have to be a certain way in the home, has to be neat and tidy.
My
Your dad,
mom's bad.
yeah. No, no, they come from that generation of
Yeah,
yeah.
because like they have to. My mother, the clothes have to be
Yes.
coordinated on the
No, and
line.
also hung up in a certain manner. And here comes our generation
Yeah,
that it's. I remember
the
my mom's.
t-shirts are all.
Yes, my mom's late, but bless her soul. But she would come and she comes over to visit. So I'm from a family of six, three boys, three girls.
Wow.
So she would come to our homes, and first thing is look at the line, how the washing is hung. Now I'm like, I remember this was with underwear. Underwear for her has to be with two pegs. And here's me. I told her how
Necessary.
just
Yeah.
go.
But
And
why do our
she's
parents
why
audit?
is it? And I'm like, it's still getting dry. So
The sun is still sunning,
that's
mama.
it. So whether there's one, two, or three pegs.
But Indian
and-
parents have a habit of auditing.
oh yes.
Because, like, I know, like,
Yes.
and it's done in the most coolest,
I
chilled
know.
way. But, like, oh, what happened? The grass, like, what,
yes,
oh, was
yes.
it,
Like so subtle but direct.
Like my
Yeah.
mom would say, I use that drawer for this normally.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yeah, no problem, change it, take over, take over.
Yes.
But we have a very chilled relationship. Like, we're also four siblings.
Yeah. Lovely.
And we are like really go with the flow. You get the very neat ones, and then you
Yeah.
get the some of us. But
Yeah.
we keep a balance in my parents' life.
Yeah, we
No
like
stress.
I totally get that. With our siblings, we kind of we always say like, oh my god, mommy's just such an injustice to us, because we'd actually go to each other's homes and we're like, because now we've had that mentality of things have to be, but we also at the point where it's like, no, if it's not just all neat and
Yes.
tidy, it's okay. But then it's still on the back of your head. If you walk into your siblings' house, we're like, okay, we're not being mommy. We're not being mommy.
Yeah.
We're stopping this right now.
You're right though. I think it's
Yeah.
built in us. Hey, like
Yeah.
why y'all did this here? Why y'all didn't?
I hope we don't become those mother-in-laws.
We're going to
I
be.
know my husband
You have
keeps
all
telling me
sons,
that.
hey?
Yes. He's like, yeah,
What
we'll
kind of a
see.
mother-in-law would you want to be?
No, I want to be an amazing one. My mother-in-law was absolutely amazing. She was, oh my God, the
Said very
epitome
few
of.
women in this world.
At that, yes. My mother-in-law was
Yeah.
divine. She was the sweetest, kindest. We used to always describe her as, she's the person, if you smack her on one cheek, she'll turn the other one. And yeah,
I don't
she's
know,
also
like,
late now, unfortunately. But yeah.
By the time my son gets married, I wonder if I'll still be in this earth. But otherwise, they're just gonna say, she would have been lovely.
will we be what, because we want so much of change, and our generation
Yes.
of women, we like so empowered, and it's no longer men are like the alphas in our home and whatever, we do what we need to do. But will we also have a change in being like not your general Indian
I don't think
mother-in-law?
we will be the average, and I don't see it anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, we meet a lot of people,
Yeah.
and the mother-in-laws are having shooters now with
so
the
there is-
daughter-in-laws,
Yes,
and
yeah.
how
Okay.
cool is that? They're pouring shooters, and they're chilled, and they're like, they're more on the daughter-in-law
So I guess
side.
it is.
But having said that, I've seen a lot of mother-in-laws dressed like their daughter-in-laws.
Yeah,
too,
but
so I think there are limits.
Yes,
I think
that's another.
there has
That's
to
a
be,
whole
and,
other
and I'm gonna get nailed for this, because if you can wear a romper, or I call it romper jumpsuit, then I can wear a jumpsuit. And yes, some mother-in-laws look fantastic, but I think timing and placing.
Yeah,
There's a lot of competition too.
Yes.
But I think you're right. We are changing the order. Mother-in-laws are not the same. My mom's about to become she's a mother-in-law twice already, but I mean,
Right.
for the third time to a daughter-in-law.
Okay.
First time to my brother's getting married, so this is the first
Okay.
daughter-in-law.
Wow.
And she's so cool. She is so chill. She is so cool. My dad buys chocolates, or when I remember we went to see her, he took the biscuits and the chocolates, and it's just so chill.
But that's so sweet.
It's not like our time.
That's-
What is our
yeah.
time? I've been married for 8 years, but I know the time we talk about, like how you would have to wear a Punjabi or a long skirt to go see your mother-in-law. Girls are coming with the short
You
skirts
couldn't.
now in front of their father-in-laws. That's nonsense.
No,
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit Oscar. I don't know what I am. That is nonsense. That
you
is
are
so
in this day and age,
nonsense.
but you're also old school. We're just going to take it as
I
that.
am
yes,
old school,
yes.
because
I
don't
think there's
know.
certain values that we
Yeah.
still.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like if we were having like an Ushaka Marine Day, I don't know how I'd feel with like now. my daughter,
And if your daughter-in-law rocks up there in a
bikini and shaking her tutus,
And
I would be shy. I'd be like, yeah.
to your future daughter-in-law, we apologize in advance.
I have costumes that have a lot of material. She's welcome to take some from me. I don't know how I feel about that. I know I'm going to get that old auntie vibe now, but like...
But no, you're just saying this now. Maybe it would be very different.
Yeah.
And remember, our kids, as they grow older, they're going to date in their race, out of their race.
Yes.
And you just never, you just never know how the dress code is going to be. And if your son's like, no, darling, you just...
But I wouldn't have a problem if my son dated out of the race and the girl, I'm saying out of the race, or Indian.
Yes.
The girl had a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Or, that's about it.
Now, we were raised in, like, women shouldn't drink. Like, oh God, my mother was very orthodox. My father was very chilled. And women, like, should not be drinking alcohol. Like, my mother never touched it, right? And it was so crazy because I married into a family where they're quite liberal. Right, and women drank, and if a woman smoked or whatever, it was fine. And for me, it was like
what's happening here?
What's happening
What
here?
is happening here?
And then I had my first child, and then I had my second child. I was like, no, now I understand. I do need some wine in me. But it was a bit of like kind of like a culture shock. But with that being said, though, they were very much okay with things like that. I am that person that would put on, like, I like shorts,
You know why she didn't like
but
the
then,
comment?
yes, I did, because
the bikinis. But then you can.
No, what I'm saying is, but I married into a family that is, when it comes to, so as you say, you a certain way, you are like modern in a certain way, but you're also quite traditional as well. So I've married into a family like that, where they're definitely very modern in a lot of ways, but then it was also like in the way you dressed. It was, you've got to, be pretty like traditional and very like longs and cover up and whatever. And now I grew up in a home, though alcohol and stuff was like taboo for like women and whatnot, but we were allowed to, if you want to dress with.
That's why you got married to who you got married to, because your two worlds were meant to clash. Like, because, take off the clothes from that side, put alcohol on this side.
And, I mean, yin and yang.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. Like, it's, and also, like, the level of fear is zero with our kids. At 16, they'll be like, Mom, this is my friend. We're studying. We may be dating. They go in the room and they study. I will unscrew the doors.
And so you see, this is where I become extremely conservative.
This is me right now.
There's no such thing as even having a door closed. That's his ball. If you are here to study,
doing it. They're studying. The door is closed, and you'd hear the giggle. I think I'd have like a hernia, man. I'd have to be admitted.
No, please. I am at that point with my, but I think I've also scared the life out of him a bit. It's like, I think I should be at a point where I should say, you know what, if you kiss a girl, you'll get her pregnant. Back.
You're that mom. Okay, I get you.
But like he tells me, I love the fact that we have a relationship where he tells me things. Like if he has a crush on someone, or if he wants to date someone, and because you don't want to also be like restrict him so much. That's it. When you become a helicopter mom, and then they hold back, and then they have that fear of coming to you with things.
That's what we did.
And you don't want
dated in silence.
Yes.
Everything we tried was in silence. I mean, behind our parents' back.
Exactly.
And they'll kill us now with watching these things, because now they know the truth. When I recently celebrated my birthday and I had a party, and the MC said he sent the mic around to give a funniest memory of
right.
Were my cousins
could be dangerous,
dishing everything. My one cousin's like, I used to pass your house because we lived in the same yard. Right. And I'm still writing my matric, and you've got friends over, and the music's on, and my parents.
And your parents are probably like,
40 years later, we didn't know this, but hey. So 2 lessons there: live your best life, because we had to hide and do a lot of things. Now friendship with your children is better.
Yes.
And don't trust your cousins. Secondly, 2 lessons. But I get what you're saying, but I also want like that freeness.
Yeah.
I know my baby's very young, but we talk about everything at this point. Even if I'm going to a function, I talk about the function. I come back and I talk about the people and how nice it was and what we did. he doesn't understand anything, but he'll be
But
like,
he's
yes,
going to grow up in that manner
yes,
of
yeah.
knowing that, hey, I can sit down and have a conversation with mom,
That's
you know,
very
about this.
important.
And that's so,
Yeah.
so important. I think more so than anything else.
Yeah.
Because we also have to understand that, like, I know I have this huge thing with technology and kids, right? But I've got to understand we were born into a world where there wasn't all of this.
Yes.
They were born into a world where this is all they know. So we kind of have to also embrace that as well. Yes, there's limitations to things.
I try not to do screen time.
But,
I'm not gonna lie. I hate it. I hate it. You know.
Because it puts them in another zone.
They're
It really
zombies.
does. Yeah,
They
absolutely.
are zombies, and they forget to. And I say this to absolutely, you know, everybody. Like, I don't know what my son's gonna grow up. I'm probably gonna put an iPad there anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, I just feel there should be a limitation. If somebody walks in, greet them, because that's how
Yes,
we were brought up.
yes, yes.
You cannot be so zombied out into this game that, and now children, young children, like 7, 8, 9, 10,
No,
like,
that's
I can't leave my game. I can't leave my game.
that's
You, I'll break
unacceptable.
that game.
Yes.
So
yes.
there will be no game, and I would literally be that mother that breaks that iPad.
Oh, I
I
love
don't
it.
care, and it's not because I can afford another one. It's because I show you.
Yes.
When you don't learn that first thing of, you know, instilling these kind of values on them, it's just, people talk about it anyway.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
have you seen? The children are so out of it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, will our children survive without it? Do they walk outside? Do they? My dad takes my baby outside for
Yeah.
walks. He shows him the birds. He tells him about, you know. Again, I'm not gonna say he takes our phone and he dials people or answers calls. And so,
Cute.
but in terms of like Cocomelon and Rachel and everything, it ain't happening here. And we've tried because we put it on for him, and he no.
Oh, but that's good.
No.
Then just leave
So,
it as that.
We
Yeah.
good, and I hope it remains that way. I
Yeah.
just feel. Also, I feel like it's a safe space. We go out for dinners. We don't. We try, because my dad one day put the school bus on for him.
Right.
The wheels at the bus, and he's like, "What is going on?" He's very disruptive on the table,
Yeah.
yes, and he
Yeah.
wants to investigate.
Yeah.
So I'm that mom. I will open a sugar and I will make you do this, and I will
Yes,
put the salt
yes,
there, and I'll make you
yes.
taste it, and because I'd rather have that than, you know.
Yeah.
And my mother's like, but you know, you've got to also evolve, because now YouTube and stuff is very educational and stuff.
I
that
love
you're
how
doing
these roles are like
are
your mother's the
changed.
older
Yeah.
generation, you're the younger. But
she
here's
says-
you here that doesn't want the
Yeah.
technology and
follows
she
me.
wants
said,
it.
stop saying these things about this, you know, screen time. You have
Yeah.
to have it, because it, you know, it helps him. It teaches him his nursery rhymes. And I said, I'm also teaching him nursery rhymes. He's like, he doesn't want to learn Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you know. So we are moving back and forth in who
Yeah.
we are in terms of roles, but I think every moment defines you.
Oh, absolutely.
Every single moment, because they teach you. But I think mental health has come to such a scary place, because the amount of teen suicides is insane. To know that they could not speak to somebody, or they're just going and doing what they want to, is scary. So
Absolutely.
the question is, our parents have become hostages,
Yeah.
because they can't say too much, because they're scared that the child will, you know. But back in our day,
Back in our days, if you were getting a smack, I mean, you just, actually, it got to a point where it was like, you just get the look and you know.
yeah,
So you don't say anything. You just go with it,
and you go with the flow.
Now it's like about speaking, and I get speaking because I felt like it does work, because with my boys I sit them down and I'm like, listen, this is what's right and that's what's wrong, and you've got to understand like how you spoke or how you behaved. It's not acceptable because it's rude and it's disrespectful. And with my teenager, I'm thankful. My boys are quite sweet and very pleasant, but the teenager as he was breaking into teenagehood, you could see a slight attitude coming in, and I was like, I'm not standing for this. But I spoke to him and I said, you know what, there was 1 or 2 times like he would say things that it sounded very disrespectful,
Right.
but he didn't understand that is because again, he's grown up in a different kind of generation.
A new world
So
order.
that's it. So I told him, but you've got to understand, this is how we were raised, and I'm not trying to say that this is how it should be.
Yes.
But it's not right to say this because it doesn't come across very nicely. Or
Yeah.
if you're not, like, I've noticed this, youngsters of today don't understand empathy very well. They really don't understand. So we've had to actually explain to my older boy. I mean, there was something that he laughed at, which was just inappropriate for him to laugh. I think we were watching something on TV. I could also see us as teenagers doing something like this,
Yeah.
right? But then I looked at him and I said, I think it was someone getting hurt or in an accident or, but I didn't understand how he found that humorous, right? When he did break it down and explain to us what he found humorous, then we kind of understood. But I'm like, how do you guys take from that, right? That it's like a bit of a not a nice moment,
Yes.
and you like laughing about it, right? But okay, at the end of it, I did get it. But what I realize is that speaking to them to a certain degree actually does help because they don't understand things the way we understood it.
Yes.
So they need to be actually told and slowly schooled into right and wrong ways.
Correct.
And being respectful and certain mannerisms. But it's a tough one. With that being said, I think as parents we are all perfect in our imperfections. There's
Yes.
no rule book. There should not be a rule book because what works for you, Tash, might not work for me.
Yeah.
What works for me might not work for you. And children come with their own personalities.
Oh, yes.
So I think each parent should not be hard on themselves at all.
Not at all.
Because we all in this ratchet are trying to do our
We're
best.
trying to figure this thing out.
We're trying to figure and when you think you got it figured out, and then boom, they're in
Bang.
another phase. They're in another phase of. So it's a tough one.
Yeah.
But I mean, kids, what blessings.
Kids will be kids.
That's it.
Yeah.
So with that, please take us into the journey of your adoption.
Oh gosh.
I think this is what everyone is really waiting for. So I wanted to go
Let's backtrack a bit. Okay.
to PCOS.
Yeah.
That whole journey of have you tried to fall pregnant? Have you everything of that? And then
Okay.
we get into this beautiful bundle that greeted us today.
PCOS is a very, very, very difficult thing. It's not given enough attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's not given enough light. I think mine started at about 16 or 17, and it's a royal roller coaster between facial hair, weight gain, and there's just so many aspects. Your fatigue, your emotions that are up and down, and it's getting worse and worse because people are starting to understand a little bit more about the reasons that you are, So PCOS it was irregular cycles, and then I immediately knew that there were going to be some problems in this life. Also, a rapid amount of weight gain, like huge amount, and that caused a lot of impact in the relationships where people would be like, no, I don't want a fat girl and this and that and whatever. Those boys shit.
So
But anyway.
Exactly. Like, look at me now.
There you go.
Yeah.
But, and then of course, eventually I got married, but I already knew before getting married or in a relationship that this was going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And I was very open and transparent with my then boyfriend, now husband, that this is it and this is what we might have to go through, and he was fine with it. Then came the whole infertility, and at first it just doesn't bug you. But then, years go by and the crap from society of, okay, so I must be honest with you, my family, aunties, uncles, etc., they will never ask anyone, why are you not having a child or when are you having a child? They are so chill, we all like friends.
Oh, that's amazing.
We don't have that pressure.
Yeah.
It came from social media, from strangers who
didn't even know you from birth.
Exactly.
So basically.
So there was a lot of hurtful comments like, you got all this, but you don't have a child. And I think I said one day, you can take away every title, but I really love the title of being a mom.
Yeah.
So it got deep and it got dark for a long time in the last couple of years. Infertility treatments, you go to a gynae, you pay like 2,000 something for a consult just to be told you're too fat, and that's the reason. So my question to the one gynae is, so fat people don't fall pregnant? Because I have seen it.
There's plenty.
Right. So you sit there. So I used to just change gynaes like it was, I would, like, at the one time, but people were very helpful. They'd be like, go to this gynae, go to that gynae. But every time got a little harder. Mother's Day got a little harder. I was, I think, in the peak of depression at one point, which is about, we call it about 2 to 2.5 years ago, just before Kiana had arrived. And there was this, I will never forget this instant because I say it all the time. And this woman up to now, she irritates me. But there's a very well-known person who, by the way, is also dealing with children and adoption cases and whatever. We won't go further than that. And we were doing this philanthropy drive for Mother's Day, and I think this was just that May before Kiana arrived.
Okay.
And I was like, "Hey, happy Mother's Day!" And she's like, "Too bad I can't say the same for you." So I
Oh
felt like for
no.
you dealing with adoption cases, you should, and that
Show some
kind of line
empathy
of
and
work, like social work life, like you should never. That day I was just very upset. I also felt like we are coming home. It's just a cycle, it's just a cycle. There was nothing wrong in our marriage, but it was just a damn cycle
yeah.
that you come home, you work, you like. And I'm suddenly surrounded by a lot of children, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
But it was deep, it was dark, it was painful. Nobody understood every infertility treatment, IVF, all of that is very, very painful. It's emotionally exhausting. Your mental health is totally screwed.
Yeah.
And I also MC baby showers. So that was,
Oh, that
when
must
is
have
it going
been
to be
your.
my turn? When am I? But I wasn't jealous or upset. I loved children deeply, and I would never be upset if you made a pregnancy announcement or
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
And then every treatment, every gynae, I mean, we tried absolutely everything. People be like, go on a holiday, and that's such a lot of crap. Eventually, we decided, screw it, we will just travel the world
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be able to see it. And I remember that year we went to Phuket, we took a tour
Right.
up, and we had to
Right.
walk up these, the Buddha temple.
Right. Right.
And at the top, because we didn't know this, we just knew we were walking. And on day one, I fell in Phuket in the bathroom.
No.
So I was in a lot of pain, and you walk up these stairs. I was in
Sure.
excruciating pain. But when you get to the top, you get to write a wish on this
Okay.
little heart,
Okay.
and you put it in. And we didn't know about all of this, so I just wrote a baby, and that was it. Came down from there. That was many. That was in May, I think, as well. Then it was Mother's Day, and then I was
Right.
like, oh, I just it's becoming a lot. But having said that, my nephews, my friends' kids, they've never made me feel left
Feel
out
like,
at
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
I was wished a lot more on Mother's Day. Random children, fans' children. These children, I get more gifts than their mother because there are only two
Yes,
children per
yes.
mother, and
Yes.
so it was so nice to always be included. I
Yeah.
get included to concerts and
That's special.
very
Yeah.
special. So all of these children are my first children.
Yeah.
Kian will also,
Yes.
not because he's not our biological child, but because all of the children are part of the puzzle.
Of course.
And then, of course, we had to go through the normal process. You do the screening, the vibes, everything. There was no special treatment because I'm Tash. And I've never requested a certain race or gender of a baby. I just wanted a baby. And
So
that's
sorry. Just before you get into that, when did you realize? Right, that's it. We are going to the
I
adoption.
mean, we
route.
were on a
Yeah.
waiting list for a while.
Yeah.
I think you realize that it's never going to happen for you.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I wouldn't call it, so I'm not going to offend anybody by saying fulfillment, because there are women who still don't and choose not to have
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
But I just felt that, I don't know, I just love children, which is very strange because I never really liked children when I was much younger. Like, I would be taking care of the smaller children. and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
But I think as you grow older, you get some
Yeah.
perspective,
Yeah.
and you align and change the trajectory of your life. And I think that's where it was. And we just get this call. We literally just pulled over. My husband was crying. He cried more than me. I would definitely, because I'm a little bit of a bottle in.
Yeah.
We didn't know what baby he was or anything. No race, no gender. We just said, there's a baby. And we turned that car and we were gone. We had like 45 minutes. Fetched him, and it was this cold day in Durban. He had nothing but like a t-shirt on and a shawl, and we got the milk. And remember, we don't have 9 months to prepare. We have no idea. He's 2 days old, and bang.
This is like a full-blown newborn here.
Right. Then my biggest show of the year at the Globe, 2,200 women, was taking place on that Saturday, and this was a Thursday that he had arrived. So he came to stay with me in Suncoast from Friday. And I know the whole thing about 3 month and this month and that month. And we
Yeah.
did everything. We conducted the prayer as we would our own.
Yes.
And then we opened book. We did the whole thing. And, it was a difficult first couple of months. It's not just he was newborn, he was colic. We had no gestational health for him. There was very minimal contact with the parents thereafter because they had a social worker. We had a social worker. They were, at this point in time, he was not ours. So he was just under our care. His mom and dad had a choice to take him back anytime in the first 6 months while the consents were going on. And we also had paid for all of that, whether his parents were getting counseled and ourselves, because private
Okay.
adoption is costly.
Yeah.
And you pay for everything, every little call, every little video call, every little, and sometimes, there's this, and so eventually I got an attorney involved because
Yeah.
I said, why are we having so many meetings? And for me, I was so emotional. I thought they advocate for the parent that wants to give the child for adoption. And I will never judge women who do this, not because I've adopted a child, but because you judge the women that throw their babies and run
Yeah.
away. I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Yes.
A lot of them do it because the system is so screwed
Mm.
up, because you are tortured. If you've made a decision that you want to give your child away, I understand they have to counsel you to see if you are under duress.
Yes. Yes.
But after a certain amount of sessions, you should understand it. And a lot of women want to give the child a better life and walk away, because the more you're drawn into this meetings and sessions, the more guilt.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
guilt
Yes.
trip, in my
Yes.
opinion,
Yes.
and it's a bull for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel. I know that social workers are going to say, hey, but I'm saying what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes.
The system does not work.
Yeah.
And then, so we also took him for blood tests and took him to the ped, and I'm saying ped, right? Ped.
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes I say I'm taking him to the gynae. I don't know why. Because I get so confused between peds and gynae, and what a wonderful woman she is.
Yes.
She also just treated us like parents. We had an incident, and I will never forget this incident. So I felt like he was not responding
Okay.
when he was about a month old. I've never shared this with
Yeah,
anybody, of
yeah.
course. And we rush him, we leave our door. We weren't staying here at the time. We leave our doors open, and we're running, and I'm screaming and I'm crying. And the doctor's like, relax, he's in a deep sleep, at the hospital. But outside the door of the hospital,
that must have been so scary.
I
though,
heard
man,
the
for you.
nurse. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Because it feels like you've borrowed someone's car when
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
hasn't gone through.
Yeah.
I heard the nurse outside the door. The doctor's asking, what's the situation? Because it's a newborn.
Yes.
The nurse is like, well, we can't ask her. She's not the mother. She's adopted this child. She won't know nothing. And obviously social media, right? And she's definitely unfollowed me, because I opened that door and I said to her, you better watch your mouth.
Exactly.
You better watch your mouth, because yes, he is adopted. I get it, but you could
But
talk
I'm
about
his
that in
mother.
front of me.
Jeez.
I've known him from 2 days. I think it was about 2 months at this point, maybe over a
Yes.
month.
Yes.
And if my child was old enough to understand, if I didn't tell him yet, you would have broke this news to him, and that's not how it
Yes.
should be.
Yes.
And furthermore, don't tell me I don't know anything about him. I know so much about him. I never saw again. So
Oh.
he was colic. We stayed up all night, sometimes till 7 in the morning, and then he'd go to sleep, and it's time for me to go to work.
Oh. I know those days. Yeah.
I was attacked again on social media about, you wanted a child, now you go to work. Yeah, like every other mother, to put food on the table. And, unlike every other mother or people who've given birth normally, it's different for us. I may not have the cut or the stitches, but I never had the 9 months, and we don't get the leave either. Okay, especially in my profession.
Yes. Yes.
And furthermore, I've got to pay his bills.
Yes. Yes.
So obviously, I want him to have the best of everything, his
Of
milk, his
course.
stuff, whatever. But let me tell you, for a woman who's not had a baby shower, the world has opened its hearts out to Kian. He
Yeah.
gets gifts like every day. He's so loved. He is loved, and I don't think it's a petty gift. I think it's simply everybody is just, they followed the story. The pain of infertility hasn't gone away. It never, because adoption is not a substitution.
Yeah.
Uh, you also very nervous, because there's another bridge for us to cross when he gets older and he knows,
And how do you
and
address
how
that?
he
Yeah.
may react, and whether he one day say, but you're not even my mother. You gotta mentally prepare yourself. More than that, let's backtrack a little bit to the first days we have him.
Right.
Your mental health has to be super strong. If you're not, then I suggest that you go for counseling before adoption. Those screenings will take the whole life out of you. The screenings and the consults with and I love, my social worker, like I love her. But
Yeah.
they'll talk to your husband individually, they'll talk to you, they'll trace the whole family line. You'll have to get home visits, everything, your bank statements, the works. To some extent, that feels so very unfair. It's like you're being micro managed
Yeah.
just for wanting to be a mother. And I get it, they don't want to take the child out of the water and into the fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it has to be in the best interest. But are we going to every house? Are we
Yes,
checking everybody's
yes,
salary if they can
yes.
accommodate it? Because I've worked in a call center for 17 years.
Right.
I've seen people do, like, people who just earn 5,000, which is not, it's, I mean, I started on 1,400 a month. People earning even the average or whatever you want to call it income, they will have the best parties for their child, they will have the best things for their child, they will have the most of everything. So you cannot tell me, that
Yes,
this is what you
yes.
have to do.
Yeah.
Over and above it, you are highly stressed that if at any time the mom can take him back, if she changes
I
her
think
mind.
that must have been a tough one for you guys, eh? Because now
Yeah,
you want to bond with this. This is your baby, but this could not be your baby in
yeah.
6 months later if this
So
mum
in the
decides to.
first month, we was asked to we were asked to do a visit with his mom and dad.
Okay.
I must tell you that his parents have been the nicest people ever.
Oh,
I love them. They are.
yeah.
I've not known them beforehand,
Yeah.
but they've never given me a tough time. They've
Okay.
never looked at me as, I don't see myself as a celebrity, but they've never looked at me as bash or Tash and said, we can get this and we can get
Okay.
that.
Okay.
They've always looked at for the best interest of their baby.
Okay.
So just being able, so the first month, that first time, you dressing him up and you're thinking it could be it because the mother could change her mind because it happens, you get emotional. Oh, that was torture. Every time my phone rang and it was a social worker, I literally bawled my eyes because I didn't know what was my fate, what
Yes.
happened. We are building a life. We are buying everything for him because we want him. We are so happy. He's getting all these lovely gifts. It's like baby showers every day in our
Yes.
home. The happiness of the smallest feet will leave the biggest footprint in your heart.
Yeah.
That home smells, the Laban burning.
Oh
and the-
gosh, of that newborn.
yeah. So it was beautiful. We had the prayers, we had our friends come over. He is loved more than anything in this world. And I know his parents love him too. I will never ever take that away and
Brave,
deny it
yeah.
because it is such a brave decision
To
to give your child up. I admire it because you made an informed decision that this will be better for him.
yes.
So before we attack the woman out there, we need to understand. I understand it's also brave to take on the adoption process because, this is not like, this is hardcore. And then the consent is signed and then you got 60 days. And on day 59, even 1 minute to 12, the parents can change their mind. Then it was courtrooms. It was sitting in front of magistrates. It was showing them how baby is with us. And then it was just every day you go to sleep and you think, you want to say this is my baby and you want to bond and you want to manifest it, but you're so frightened. Is the worst fear a woman could go through. It is the worst fear. And remember, you're healing from infertility. It's not a substitute. But this could be something worse, where you take a baby, fall in love, and the mother gets him back. This could kill you. And I said to my husband, if they take him back, I will literally kill myself. I can't.
Because you've already
Yeah.
formed a bond and an attachment.
Yes.
It's yours.
And then he filled our entire home up. He is the most jovial. But listen, this is how our home is. It's crazy. We are crazy. We are crazy bunch. Our friends are crazy. We all are crazy together, and we just attract
Crazy's
crazy.
good.
My nephews, my friends' children, like they love him. And I think even my family, you can't say a thing to Kian. You can't shout at Kian. You can't do anything. Everybody's got Kian's back. Everybody loves him so much.
But I mean, this I have to address. He literally looks like he is
I was
part-
right.
How
You could say it.
insane is
So
that?
I don't know, but I've heard of a lot of adoption cases where the child actually grows up looking like the parents. I have a friend as well.
Wow.
She's adopted, and we were talking about it. And then I had, social media come say, "I adopted. I'm waiting for 6 years. Why did you get the documents?" So I wanna obviously talk about this because and like people are saying, there's so many children in the homes adopt. So I think this took a lot of gaining some knowledge for me too. When they did the home visit and my whole family was here, there was so much they didn't know that gave them perspective.
Okay.
So not every child in a home is adoptable.
Okay.
Consent is not always achievable. If parents are under substance abuse, you've got to put them in rehab, wait a couple of months, then only consent can be signed. They have to be mentally fit, able, and willing after all of the meetings and the counseling. And sometimes if you get the mom, you can't find the dad, that's an issue. Which, again, the system irritates me.
Yeah.
Because here's a child in a home, unadoptable. that's there till 18, and then the home has to let them go, but they're just in the air. This is
Watch.
so much of
Yes.
torture. um
And I
I
think
know that emotionally you also I'm gonna have to deal with Kian emotionally, because adopted kids may always think, why me, if there are more siblings, and you know why me, what was
yeah,
so wrong.
yeah,
But I think how I'm going to do it is I'm going to fill his life with love,
absolutely.
and then he wouldn't feel why me, he would feel
Yes.
I'm so happy
I'm so
it's
thankful.
me.
Yes, yes.
Because and now, when people say it goes fast, it goes fast. He's 1 year 9 months this week.
Crazy.
He is the boss of this house. My husband can't touch me or even rub my back. He's like, he's very forceful. He's got a
Yeah.
very heavy attitude, this
Yeah,
one, in
yeah.
a good way. He's mama's boy. You can't touch me. Even my
Well,
friend,
we've
my
seen
friend and
that,
I
yeah,
talk
yeah.
very loud.
Yeah.
And when he was talking to me, Cameron was like, because you can't say anything to me. You can't nothing. And I think for once, I'm the voice for so many. I needed a voice for me, and I think he was God sent. He fits in so perfectly. He is, when I tell you, he is just, we love him more than life
Yeah.
itself. He's my, I could do 4 functions in a day and come home in so much of pain, but he is
And then
my
you see
safe
that little
place.
face.
Oh, yeah. And he loves the hugs, the kisses, the singing. He loves the camera.
Oh.
You heard him now.
Oh,
He's
yes,
all over the
yes,
place.
yeah.
Mommy. So he stresses he's a foodie like me.
Okay.
So
okay.
if my husband gives me something, he's like, Mommy, Mommy.
It has come to
what
him
is
too.
it? Yeah,
Oh,
what
okay.
is it? He gets so panicked, like, what
Yeah.
is this, Mommy? And then he's, look, again, he goes and finds the lint and hides under the table. I record all of this, and that's another thing.
Oh, that's the cutest.
So before the consent was signed and before he was legally adopted, so once the consent is signed, he's still not yours until the courts decide. I'm talking months on end waiting for police clearance, for this clearance, for that clearance. By the time we got his birth certificate, my son only traveled, I think, 3 times or 4 in the plane. You miss it out because, I mean, he will travel, but I mean, at 2 now, you start
yes,
paying the full
yes,
price.
yes, yes.
We couldn't take him anyway because he never had a birth certificate. That's ours with our name.
Yes.
That takes forever. Think you are failing and falling. There's just weeks going by. So, it's some may take a year. Mine took over a year. Some may take 7
and
years.
quite an emotional process.
Yes, I
Yeah.
feel like adoption should be quicker. The department or magistrate's court should make decisions to have the child's names changed, because all the parents who've got their children for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you can't travel, you can't take them on boats,
Yeah.
you can't. That's not fair on the child because he's missing out on
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
So, it's been a royal roller coaster, though. It really has. And you've got to keep it together as a mom. You can't show those tears of everything you're going through in life. And and then people are like, don't complain. You ever complain because you should be grateful. I'm allowed to complain. I am human.
Yes,
I am a woman. I am a mother.
Absolutely.
Like every other woman. It's just
Yes.
through very different manner or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was quite nice. The fans, I gotta tell you, they're like family, because people were literally they've fallen in love with Kian. He has become the social media sweetheart.
I think he's
for
going to
my-
take over
yeah,
your spot
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Definitely.
He already
Yeah,
has, and he understands the assignment. Like
Yeah.
he's like, Mama, like they just shake their head at me this too sometimes, because they just don't. The level of loud and crazy. I think my neighbors are kept on their feature because everybody is so quiet. Can you hear? There's like nothing.
Nothing. Yeah,
it's
it's still. It's still.
But he is literally, and no offense to my husband, the best thing that's ever happened to me. I think I know now what women mean when they say your child will be your best friend, your first, not your first
Especially
love,
a
but your
boy
last
mom.
love. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything, he's cool, he's chilled, he goes everywhere. They leave me at the functions, they go back. He is now being invited. So the one function recently, I was doing a first year birthday, and we were in the hall, and I was emceeing. Little did I realize, because my husband was coming back home, and the host was like, no, you'll come here.
Yeah.
My baby is enjoying the jumping castle, the balloon things, the ice cream
He's
machine.
reaping the benefits of mom's job.
While
so
mom is
why
busy
not?
emceeing, and the actual children for the birthday are inside, and my baby is having a blast. But he's very much welcome in the world.
Yes.
They have shown us love that is so precious. I'm not even talking about just businesses, but random people just sending him things, like because
He's a blessed child.
he has
He's
caught the
just-
hearts of so many. And I think he's also a blessing for women. There are a lot of women who are inspired by the journey because there's been about 6 women who started the journey and they've already been placed with children. And I get these
Wow.
messages and I think, wow.
So I think more on that as well, because there's so many women
Yeah.
out there that want to start. I mean, I know a few that want to start
Yeah,
this
yeah. And
journey,
I'm not
but
going to
they're too
gatekeep nothing.
afraid to. And we also, they need to be a bit educated on it and time frames. And because I think what also puts a lot of people off is that, oh gosh,
It's a
it's a
lot.
long, tedious task. And then you get thrown with the 6 month grace period. And it's, for the birth mother. And do you have a closed adoption? So with you, is it a closed adoption where there's no interaction with the birth mom?
So there was supposed to be, up until he was 2 years old, every 6 months photos and stuff. But I mean, she doesn't request it. She sees him on social. She's literally watching him grow up on social media.
Okay.
So for us, I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's another thing, when he was born and every milestone, every month. Yes, guys. I'm always like, mothers overdo it, but yes, I got a cake for every month, okay?
I mean, why not?
And one day I left him with my mom because I was traveling to and from Joburg in the day. I'm like, go buy that cake, he's 8 months. And my mom's like, he's not yet. I said, you go buy that cake, he's 8 months, we're doing the thing. And so I'd say adoption is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Will I go through the process again for my baby 100 times over? But if I had to think of the process, it is, you've got to be so strong. You're going to have a lot of crying. There is going to be a lot of fear. You have to be strong. You have to hold your temper in. And that's not for the baby. I'm talking about the people and the process. You have to speak to your husband first. There was a lady who contacted me and said she wants to adopt, but her husband said he will never wake up every day and see another man's child there. He can't do it emotionally. So you both need to be on the same page, because the last thing you want is to go to the adoption and your husband doesn't treat him nice anymore, or resents, or the wife.
Yeah.
So make 100% sure that you are ready for it. Make sure that you are willing and able to walk unashamed of your truth, not hiding it from the world, and make sure you're ready to fight. Not just fight the battle of adoption, but fight for your child till the very end. Because the other day I was watching Kabi Kushi. Yeah. Obviously. And
that's an old one.
Yeah, but I've watched it like
it's
so
old,
many
but
times,
I know
and
it is something you can watch on repeat. Yes.
I said to Divesh, it's so funny that we're watching this movie, because her love for her adopted child was far greater than her love for her own child. And it's funny that after so many years, my absolute favorite movie, which I've watched time and time again, this is the scene that plays out in my head now,
Yeah.
But he is, the word adoption can fall off because he's completely ours. We don't see him as anything else. I know it's the legal term to use, but for women out there, I'm not gatekeeping nothing. You got to go through the process. Get your name onto the child welfare list, contact them, get onto it is a long and tedious and highly frustrating.
How long for you guys from the time, just say this process started to the baby being in your arms?
It's
a more or less. I know everyone's journey is completely different.
So I was going to say it is
different,
not one size fits all.
Yeah.
There's also private adoptions. There's cases where the mom will say, "This is my child. If you know anybody, that's the way it's done." All in all, this is about a 3-year journey, and my child's only 1 year 9 months. Wow. So maybe a little bit more. Maybe I'm not timing it right.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing. The time period can be very, very much elongated. Because you could have an issue, and then home affairs shame.
The whole other ball game.
You go sit there like 9 times, and the flipping system goes off, and every time you think and you're trying, I tell you, when I got his birth certificate, there was a shitload of emotions. I was so I think where were we going? We were going to a launch at somewhere, and I told my friend, come with me, but I just bawled.
Yeah.
Like, eyes swollen, red, everything, going to this launch. And everybody was dressed so prim and proper. And me, I couldn't care because I was the happiest woman.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
But even now, I'm very protective. I get hysterical. Like, he can't even hurt his finger or anything. Yeah. I'm hysterical. And I know it's going to be, this is it,
Yeah.
I phoned my friend because she's my Google. And I'm like, is this normal? Is this, and then, like every milestone, like we saw the first tooth, and then it's popping up like popcorn. And I'm like, everything is so appreciated. We never take a moment for granted. God has just been so good. I don't know what our journey is together. I don't know with us and Kian who was meant to be where, but I know we fit perfectly. And I feel like he is literally God sent. I cannot tell you how much this child has changed everything. I mean, look at this carpet. It's not even a carpet, it's a
It's
clean mat.
this is how we roll when we have toddlers around.
My house looks empty because nothing. Wine racks, everything is gone.
Yeah.
And you know what? I will switch it up any day.
Of course.
My husband handles a lot of the fort because I have to work.
Yeah.
And he has his time out maybe once in 3 years. And I still, because managing a business or more than one business, a home, being a wife and a mother, you've got to be split into many pieces. I'm glad
Absolutely.
that God made me a little bit big size so you can split. But it's exhausting. Like tonight we have a girls' night. It's my ladies at the salon where I'm taking them to watch The Devil Wears Prada. Full girls' night with a few additional girlfriends because also you've got to be, your mental health
Oh, I think that's so
got
important.
to be, I think, as a mom, as a woman, as a wife, as an entrepreneur, whoever, whatever, whether you're a housewife or you're a businesswoman, whatever, your mental health is important.
So important.
Women are struggling because
We tend to
don't have
neglect
time,
that.
yeah.
We tend to neglect that.
We don't have time to brush our hair, to do our makeup, look, you don't need to put makeup, but I'm saying sometimes just brushing your hair is an effort. Even me, if you weren't coming today, shame, I was going to look like you have seen nothing yet. Like if I don't need to go anymore, or if you'll never see, okay, I don't consider myself an influencer celebrity. I'm just a woman trying my best. But you will not see me going to the mall to buy 5 items from Food Lovers and putting everything on one. No, you'll see me in one tights. And my husband wants a top thrown away, the red and black one. He says it's every week, all week.
It's
I
comfortable.
draw eyebrows at most and a lip gloss now, and I'm out. Out is out. But I think also you've got to be real with yourself. Keep it real in your home. I am not sitting hours to do a hair look or a makeup look because I love to spend any time with him. Morning cuddles, afternoon cuddles, the works. And since we go everywhere now, people are like, where's baby? Where's baby? So, yeah, he has been a complete game changer in my life. He has taught me discipline. He has taught me how to humble myself. I mean, I'm apologizing to a 1 year, 9 month old for something I didn't do, guys. I don't do that. I don't mind an apology every now and then to people. If I'm wrong, I will apologize. Have you noticed how with kids? I'm sorry. It was so scared.
Yes.
He rules the house, though. He does. Chocolates cannot be eaten without him. He is literally now my whole world, and I think the world knows that. There's even in the beginning, I was shortening time, and I said to clients, listen, I will not do this because this and my baby and whatever. And I think the whole world has realized that I wouldn't bat an eyelid for him when it comes to decision. I know people say, don't mix your business and personal, but right now, he comes first before everything. And that's not because of adoption. It's not, I would do this either or. And this is not a facade. I don't put on a show to say, hey, I'm a super mom, because I'm in my 90s sometimes at 2 o'clock because I can't. I can't move. I'm absolutely not. I'm figuring out we make huge mistakes but we're trying, as you say.
So with that being said, would you consider baby number 2?
My husband asked me this.
I have to be that Indian that has to ask you this, right?
I don't know, yes and no, because I asked my baby the other day, do you want a sister? And he said, yes. I said, but you don't understand me, so stop answering me. My husband asked me this the other day. I think I would love another child, but I don't think so. I think he is everything. I don't think I can split his love. I don't know what God has planned. Okay, if God has planned that another child come into our lives, then yes, by all means I would. But I think the process is mentally draining. I am exhausted from just the process, because the time when you're supposed to be bonding with your child and loving, well, we love him endlessly, but I mean, then you have to go run to court, run to this, do this meeting, do that. It's just,
you've got to be mentally sound and strong to have
if you could tell me that I could just adopt this baby and in 3 months' time this will all be protocol, will be observed and it's done and dusted, then yes, I do a whole 4 more. But I also have to think about Kian. I think when he's about 3 or 4, I have to revisit the question, because I don't want him to be lonely. He's such a people's person.
He is.
He
He's the most
loves
friendliest
children.
little boy.
I did an
Oh.
advert for a creche and he was gone
Yeah.
like he was enrolled. He went in the class doing his thing. He loves children. So I
Yeah.
think I can't be selfish to what he needs. And I think that if he has, and I know this sounds weird, a sibling in the same setting, I feel like if I had a child, I wouldn't want that now. But if we adopted another child and Kian can emotionally connect because they're in the same position, that could work for
That
me,
would.
if that makes any sense.
Yes,
Because
no, I get you.
I also don't want, I would never want there to be like, oh, you're their real child. I would want both to be in the exact same way that one has arrived.
Yes.
And I want them to be the
They have
support
that common
structure for
ground
each
and
other.
yes.
Yes. Because, I mean, we're quite old when we started this journey and running around is hectic. Literally, my husband and I can't catch him. So we're like, incoming, your side. And he knows that we can't. He's fully aware that we can't, you know, and he rides on that wave. So it is a very technical thing, but we will have to make that decision sooner or later, and quicker because we are older. And quicker because they could grow up together. But for now, I think we are quite content with him.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
He may not want a sister or brother because that lint never. He would never.
Yeah, that's. I don't think he'll be sharing his chocolates with
Never,
anybody.
ever,
That's a
ever,
given.
yeah.
But yeah. So we're taking it back to social media. You have been on social media for a while, and I mean, I know I've looked at some comments and stuff, and I mean, it rubbed me up a certain way reading certain comments. How do you deal with the demands of, you've got to be on social media, you know, this is your platform, so there's no two ways about that. But it comes with its pros and its cons, and it comes with its trolls and
so people
special,
say you put your life out
people.
there, so expect criticism and scrutiny, but I think we put our life out there for the relatable content, the reality of life, the influencing of certain things or buys when we advertise. But we certainly don't put our life out there for grown-ass adults to come there and to belittle you. And I'll tell you why this is so scary. Look, I'm able to handle it. I have my cry sometimes. There's two parts to it. A lot of these are fake profiles of friends that used to be in your life. You could see by the way they comment and chat that it's them. So we're aware of that. You'll see me sometimes commenting like, but I know who you are. And we are fully aware. You know, you can see the lingo. And then you get these totally random strangers who have an opinion of your life. And the problem with this is that the 16-year-old me would have never handled that. And that is why there's a 16-year-old me somewhere out there. And I'm afraid of that. Now that I've grown some thick skin, not a lot worries me. But what concerns me is that you are putting hate culture, you're an adult, throwing hate culture into social media at somebody else. And that means the children in your home is growing up in hate culture. So I have 8 hours in this, wait, we have 24, right? 24 hours in this day, and I choose for 8 to be positivity in my home. And that's how my son will grow up. But you've taken time to vomit hate, and that's how your son is growing up.
Yes.
So you are the ripple effect of hate culture, and that I am concerned, because your child may be able to throw it, but can he receive it? And what then would you do if this was your daughter being spoken to like this or whatever? Because it's always about the weight, the makeup, the lifestyle. So I think before, and I think that when people can't have you in their life anymore, or things have gone wrong, or you know, it's just who you are and what you do, or even people in the same industry trying to be you, then they come up and they said, but if you got time to make a fake profile and a comment,
I can't actually
come and
understand
teach
that.
me about time management, because I don't have time. But I actually knew people like this who would buy SIM cards and go and chat under fake things, whatever, and stuff like that. I've heard these stories before. So, and this is a person that was around 45, 47 years old.
No.
So you tell me, with that kind of mentality and logic, how,
and at that
what
age
are you,
as well.
It's disgusting. So I feel like there'll always be people who talk about you, and I think if they don't, then you're not doing anything wrong. There'll always be people who have their side of a story with the untold of their own. you just got to take the good with the bad. And sometimes you also got to stand up and say, shut up, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't own this right on this comment on my life. And I try now not to comment or retaliate to everybody, because I realize that now with my baby, I'd rather spend that 4 minutes talking
Minutes,
to him
yes.
than responding to you, because, you know, it's just become so toxic.
Just not worth it.
It's not. And I find that you'll find birds of a feather flock together. People will recruit haters,
Yeah.
recruit a team of people to hate you. But then there'll be another team of women who sit in different circles, like you, like I. And I'm saying this openly because we, like, your launch was amazing. Like, you could see the network of women around the table. The orders changed. You will not find women in those rooms, certain launches that we go to, certain, like, circles that we see.
Yeah.
You won't find them making fake profiles,
Yeah.
because they ain't got no time for drama.
Yeah.
They have no time for hate, because you're so focused on where your next step is
Yes.
going to be.
Yes.
You are so inspired by the woman's success in the
Yes.
room. You are inspired to be that girl and that girl. So the chances of those kind of women doing that, so I say you've got a birds of a feather flock together, and eagles rise and soar above.
Yes.
They're not
Yes.
flying on the same level for reasons. And it's not about money. It's about integrity. It's about
Absolutely.
who you become and what your name is and what you leave.
Yeah.
Like, your brand is who you say you are. And if you're going to sit there in those circles doing that, and let me tell you, there's toxic women out there who do it, eh? I'm currently going through
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Um,
And this is the thing. It's women are supposed to be kind of raising each other up. And I mean, we've come so far. We've come so far as females in this world, you know, in the grander scheme of things. So we support each other. Let's lift each other
And
up.
I get this, Tash, did you hear this? And this is what this person said, and this is what they did for you, and this is what they did for your baby. And I'm like, if you have to mention those things, sweetie pie, then you were never meant to be in my life. Because
Absolutely.
if you are in my life, if you are my friend and your children are part of me, before I had my baby, there's nothing I wouldn't do for the kids around me. So people become toxic after they've created some whole scenario, whatever. And I think the gathering of people to hate you is just the most untasteful thing a woman can do. You know, people will try anything they can. I mean, literally, I found out the other day that somebody called one of my girls at the salon and asked if they're still happy working with me. Like, how low can you go?
Oh my goodness. But also, how sad is that person's life?
Yes.
They're probably very sad
Yeah.
to be projecting onto you to a point that they're now phoning your place of work.
So
It's just
it's
so
a sad
nonsensical.
reality.
Yes.
But again, I say, join the groups and tables that enhance your
Yeah.
thinking, your ability, your stability. Be inspired by it's not competition, it's
Yeah.
inspiration. Be inspired to say, I want to be that girl because she's done this and this and this, and I watch her and I follow this movement. So I'm on social media. I'm literally, I post and I move, and if I have to follow anybody, it's mostly motivational or people who have something that I just love. You could just be random and I'll click follow, because
yes.
you know, it's just this way that you are, the vibe that you are. So I honestly believe, like, social media is the playground for whatever you make it out to be.
Yeah.
And you're going to get hates. I mean, you'll even get it in your brand because it's somebody that wants to do a better thing than you, do a podcast better. Do not stop. You are here for a purpose, and I think when you find value in the fresh air, because people just want to take things away from you. But here's the thing about strong women: you can take everything away. It's not what they have; it's what's within them. They'll rebuild it in a nutshell,
Absolutely.
like in a day,
Absolutely.
like in a second, because it's what's within you.
Yes.
So for me, my advice for social media is let it flow. There's no such publicity as bad publicity.
Yes.
Your name is being out there, whatever way it has to be. Am I perfect? No. Am I sometimes like arrogant? A little bit. But like, it has to be like a really hard day. I listen, I'm a comedian. I can't be happy the whole day.
Exactly.
Cannabis is not something I'm doing. So, hey, you're not going to get high all day and laughing.
Yes.
But like, you know, just the concept of how scary it's becoming for the children is a bit of a shocker for me.
Yeah.
And I think that if people can just tone it down, just adults be adults. We'll be in a better space, because grown-ass women and men doing this. I'm allowed to say ass.
Yes, you are allowed. Oh gosh, we've had worse. We've had worse words on here. I think me included as well. So, but I think that is. I think that's the huge point here is that we see this with kids and bullying and trolling but now to see like adults,
Yeah.
you grown men and grown women
Sad.
just wanting to wake up in the morning and say, yeah, I'm going to be nasty today.
I
And
see
I'm
that from
gonna,
a lot of people.
yes, yes.
And I hope you go far, like far out away from me, like far away.
Yes.
Not far in life, just
Yes.
far away from me. You're not gonna get far in life if that's all you focus on.
Yeah.
So whereas you got people focusing on ideas, their next move, their next this, their next that, people are constantly like, let me find somebody else. Do you think I should contact this person? Let me do this person. Let me show. Yeah, okay, honey, you're running the race amongst yourself. One day you're gonna look in the mirror and you're gonna realize you're so tired because it was you against you. Because it is you against you.
But you also got to have a chip on your shoulder with knowing that you are that important.
Yeah.
You are that important that they're waking up every morning having Tash on their mind. Oh, let me just. The fact that you're in their thoughts, you're like, hey, come on,
No, they must keep away from my head.
Yeah.
Their head. No, you're right though, because it's sad.
Yeah.
And especially when women do it to women.
That is it, yeah.
You have to run the race between yourself. There is no competition. Nando's and KFC will be right next to each other. Nobody's leaving.
Yes.
And both are chicken. It's just, I may love fried oilier chicken.
Yeah.
We won't say which one. But you may like the vitality meal. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm just saying, it
But
doesn't look like that's what we would like. I probably would go for vitality. She go for the oily one.
Yes.
But like, that's who they are. They've never stepped outside.
That's okay.
You choose that one. That works for you. They've never died down in business. So run your own race, man. Because the thing is, you're competing with other people and no one's competing with you. So it's you against you.
Ultimately, that's just,
Don't suffer from exhaustion running around other people. It's you against you.
Yeah.
So,
quick one. How do you deal with, I know mental health plays a huge, I think we don't talk about this often enough with women and our emotions and mental health, like what we have to go through. And now that you've come into your fabulous 40s, I used to call it the fabulous 40s until the aches and pains kind of came in.
It hit me straight from my birthday.
The hormones hit it, and then and adult acne decided to say hello to me in my 40s. So it's like a mind game as well, because mentally you have to zen yourself. But what do you do to kind of just keep yourself sane? Because there's chaos. There's always going to be chaos. There will be calm. But there's there we go.
You know what? I decided that 40 will be the year that I define who I am, not in terms of success or career, but who I am as a person. I spend a lot of time with myself. I do a lot of self-auditing and introspection, because we spend a lot of time auditing other people and introspecting their issues. I've decided that peace over drama will be my thing. I will stay in my lane and do my thing, as I have been doing for years. But I think at 40, you got to really say, hey, this is your midlife, or could be, and people are dying at much earlier ages. So for me, it's like, wake up every day. I'm grateful for the breath, and this is who I am. I am unapologetic. As I get older, whether there are wrinkles or life, there's and of course I have to have wintergreen and Vicks.
Yes, that's because like a staple
and I'm so
bedside.
Tired always.
It's a staple bedside. What can I say? Condiments for bedside.
Water, because you mustn't choke.
You have to.
Choking
You have
in the
to.
night,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Water, Vicks.
Yes.
Maybe what, I don't know, but you'll have to.
No, but
have
all the
one
rubbing,
face scrub.
yes, and the rubbing ointments have to be. The rubbing ointments, that's like a plus.
Come on.
Your magnesium,
And your charger. Close.
Oh yes, charger has to, because now it's an effort to have to now go and walk and go and plug this thing in.
Yeah.
But it's so funny, and then even your conversations.
Yeah.
When you enter your 40s, change so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a chat with my friend the other day, and I'm like, we kind of paused in our conversation. We're like, did we realize that our conversations are about vitamins and this and that, and aches and pains?
What's this collagen now? And firming this and a vitamin this deficiency, like wait, what happened? And I think now also like turning 40 is okay, it's another thing, right? But my body is like, hello, we have arrived.
Yes, it reminds us.
But also it's a great reminder to sit outside, soak up the sun, have a cup of
Yes,
tea, stay
embrace
away from
every
your
moment.
phone,
Yeah,
put it off, put it on silent, miss a call, miss
yeah,
two,
yeah.
3 calls, who cares? Just
Yes,
stop living so that you are so in the rat race of
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Take a moment, take even if it's 10 minutes to yourself. Like
It's a huge
you know
difference.
where 10 minutes to yourself is for a mother in the toilet.
Sure.
Like there's nothing happening there, but I'm having
Yeah.
a meeting with myself.
No, but you know what? You are very lucky that you get to actually get into your toilet and just sit there. Now, I have an audience even if I have a shower. I literally
No,
have
my
an
son
audience.
goes, Mama,
Yeah.
Mama, Mama,
My
Mama.
4-year-old plonks himself on the toilet seat if I'm in the shower. And then the 9-year-old will come and plonk himself on the floor because that's the time mom needs to be filled in
Yeah.
on what my day was like.
I've
No.
gotten just slight interruptions when I'm in the toilet, but
Yeah.
one day I was busy in the shower washing my
Yeah.
hair, so the soap everywhere.
Yeah.
He walked right in with his clothes, everything. He's like, Mama bath. I'm like, yeah, you're right, Mama's bathing. Can you
Yes,
just
yes.
whoosh? But it's fun. It's
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
yeah.
You know, I love it when my husband cleans and then he takes all the popcorn and he drops it. That for me is ultimate happiness. It's ultimate happiness because
Yes.
before we had him and I used to clean, my husband used to do these. Not so good.
Yeah, yes.
But
He's getting
rhythm-
payback.
the
Yeah.
rhythm in your 40s is so important.
yeah.
Go do the things that you weren't doing. Go clubbing.
Yeah.
Go have a few drinks.
Is there,
go on
are
the-
there clubs
No.
now? This is what I want to
You know,
know.
like we need lounges with 80s music. We don't
yes,
do clubs
yes,
and stuff. You know, like
yes. I mean,
maybe
'cause
just somewhere where the music is not too loud.
too
to
loud,
irritate
and
you.
also it ends at a reasonable time
Like
because
8 o'clock.
we can't push it. We can't push
No.
mornings now. I mean,
No.
till early parts of the morning.
We're not those people.
My husband will beg to differ because I do believe he's still stuck in his 20s.
So in a good
But
night
no.
where we party hard, I can go till about 1.
Okay, yeah, I think, but my head will always be pushing it off like, or thinking, okay,
Yeah, but I
1
need 2
o'clock, but
days
then by the
sleep
time
after
I get to the shower and then I get to
Yeah.
bed and then I'm going to be up again in the morning, but then I'm going to be groggy and then there's so your head just goes, I'm like, no, I need to be in bed by this time.
I know. It's just, but also like, I tell my friends, my friend, girl therapy is important.
Oh, absolutely.
So we do a lot of girl therapy, whether it's going to the salon, whether it's going to wax our legs, we just do anything together to get away from the world.
Yes.
And it's so much of fun because I have a balance of fun time with my husband, fun time with my child, fun time with my friends, fun time with my girls from work. There is a complete balance. And over and above, I got no time for mental health issues to bring me down. I
That's
have
it.
to be above board and all the time, which is not so easy because you're a comedian. So even like, example, we got a funeral message on Saturday and I had to do work Saturday night and then go to the funeral house. Your emotions have to be locked.
Yeah.
So this job, which I'm very grateful for because I think it shows me you can't have emotions, which is sad. Because sometimes I do want to cry, but I have to make people laugh. But here we go.
Yeah. But you roll with it. You roll with the punches, and I mean, you're brilliant at it. So, but I agree with you. You've got to have that girl time. You've got to, even just for a wax. For me, going to have my waxing done. I don't know if you've had it before, a bikini wax. But
No, I mean,
no.
yes and no.
No.
Not like all that, because you
No.
wear those bikinis.
But-
You see, that's
No.
why I say, do not
Tash.
wear things that you need to
Tash,
wax
no.
areas.
Trust me. This, for me, it was, I remember the
No,
first
for me,
time I
it's
had it.
The
It was
necessary areas that out is out.
It was the most liberating experience, and I felt like you just feel so empowered
Yeah,
walking
I know
out
what
of
you
there.
mean.
It's so amazing because you've just got it all like zhuzhed up.
Yeah.
But it's the weirdest thing, and I even tell my husband this. It's the weirdest thing. But yes, I like getting my legs waxed and blah blah blah. But when I have a bikini wax, I feel like I can take on the world. It's something. Yeah, no, just try it. Even if you aren't going to put that bikini on.
See, Brazilians and all of that is fine for me, but then this other, no. I don't even wear high cut underwears. I'm still wearing the granny underwears.
No, I'm sorry. When you get into your 40s, thank you, you got to go
It's
for
high-waisted
comfort.
underwears,
Yes.
girls. It ain't
Comfort,
happening any other way.
overlays,
I agree.
and you got to worry about like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So cotton,
But
high
I
cut
don't care
panties is
anymore.
all good.
I don't really
All
care.
good.
Like, when you're younger, you're like, oh my word, there's a hair that popped up. I need to shave my legs.
yeah,
Like, you need to be like a
no.
500
Yes.
popping up. I need to
Yes.
see you in real lifetime.
Then we know
Then
we gotta
only
do
I'm
something.
going because you are just otherwise there. And
I feel you.
we are not at the age where you're like, oh, he's looking at my legs. Like,
Yeah, no,
like you,
no. Yeah.
listen, I'm your mother, calm down.
Just
So, like, we don't.
Yeah.
Lotion and all is mandatory, but like, if we have a few
Yes.
hairs sticking out our legs, we're like,
It's like
don't like
whatever.
it, don't know.
No, I get you. And I think that is the liberation that
Yes.
comes with being in your 40s
Yeah.
or midlife, because you actually just don't give two hicks.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. She didn't
It's
want to
just-
say heck. She wanted to
I
say,
wanted to.
and you can. Because I swear, people.
Yes. I have done this on a few other episodes because this is a child-friendly home. We won't.
He's not young.
Yes. But yeah, so it's no, I totally get you.
Yeah.
I think we don't sweat the small stuff anymore.
No, it is
Yeah.
what it is now.
Yeah.
Because we've been there, done that, and
Yeah.
I mean, 4 decades on this earth, I'm sure we would have turned a couple of leaves. Said, oh, we don't have time for that. You know,
No. We just gotta
own
get going.
it.
Yeah.
And no matter how we feel, we get up, we show up, we have our coffee, and we move the
That's it.
best on.
That's it. So before we close off, if we had to go back to 16-year-old Tash, I'm sure there was lots of insecurities and confidence wasn't on a high. And fast forward to Bash for Tash, and at 40, what would you whisper in the ear of that 16-year-old girl?
You will have your fairy tale. You don't have to. I'll be whispering long things because you know I never
Yes.
say broken telephone. I just say you'd have your fairy tale and don't give up. And the shape of your body doesn't determine the shape of your blessing or heart. Because I think there's so much of insecurity there, and it's a woman that was bullied and didn't want to speak and didn't want to be in school and just didn't want to be around people. But now I could tell that very girl or the many little 16-year-olds that nothing we stress about ever lasts.
Yeah.
Not the boy who rejected you, not the person who picked on your face, not the person who picked on your mustache. Okay, maybe that one. But none of it really matters in the end. Focus on you.
Yeah.
And I wish that those girls, or even I, could have had the strength to know that in a good couple of years from there, everything would be okay.
I think that's so amazing, because I think there's a lot of young 16-year-olds out there
Yeah.
that are little versions of 16-year-old Tash,
Yeah.
and they need someone to tell them that 16 is not the end all and be all.
100%.
You're commanding rooms now with thousands.
Yeah.
Would Tash at 16 have ever seen that?
Never.
No.
I couldn't even do my speech in class.
And
Yeah.
now, so don't just take life as it is at 16.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us are late bloomers, some of us are not,
Yeah.
but just go with it.
Every
And,
flower
yeah,
blooms. Some take
that's
a
it.
week, some take 2, some takes water, some takes sun only.
Yes,
What,
but
find
they,
a
everyone
rhythm.
has
Yes.
a time
And place all
and
the time.
place, and we just have to respect that. And
I mean,
yeah, it's
you could want to be totally rich, and a rich woman could want to be totally in love, and a love
Yeah.
woman could want to be a mother, and a
Yeah.
mother could want to be a loved mother. Everybody has a
Everyone
different
has
pain and a
theirs.
different victory and a
Yes.
different story. There are women who have kids who don't love them and wouldn't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
be around them. There are kids who have left their parents with nothing and took everything and still don't treat them right. Every story is different.
Every
Every
story is
pain, I
different.
can't tell you that my headache's worse because I can't feel yours.
yeah,
But what you have to know is that the wheel must turn.
oh yes,
And it must turn in the right direction, and it will always turn for you. Just have faith.
absolutely.
I think the biggest lesson I've learned is to trust in God's timing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that comes with age too.
Yeah, because I'm
Definitely,
very impatient. I
definitely.
can't make it.
So it's like we want it tomorrow, you know.
Yeah.
We don't want to wait for so long.
Correct.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank
This has been
you.
so lovely. I think I've laughed. I probably sound like a horse in most of the episode. I've
Don't
laughed
edit
so
it out.
much. Yes. Oh no, it's been so lovely. I
Oh,
feel
thank
like
you.
this should not be a once-off. We need to
Yeah, we
bring
need
back
to do
on
more. We need to talk, 'cause
TBHM.
we have, like, a
Definitely.
lot of things to
There's
say.
a lot of things. That's it. And
Yeah.
you know what? I love your authenticity. I love your realness, and it's actually a breath of fresh air.
That's so nice.
It's really a breath of fresh air. Just being who you are. And I think we need more of this.
Thank you.
We absolutely need more of
She
this.
brought me wine and flowers, so you must
So,
know I'm gonna plant
tonight
a
it's
drink.
happening.
You guys are doing amazing.
Oh,
Thank you for
thank you.
highlighting women in their strength and not forgetting their place of weakness, and letting especially, I don't know if you're doing men on your podcast.
Yes,
but
we actually
Oh.
had one on last week. No, 2 weeks ago.
that's
Yes,
nice.
yes.
So thank you for highlighting people.
Yes,
And it's
yes.
also, talking reminds us that this is who we are, this is where
Yeah.
we came from. So thank you. You guys are doing the things. The lunch was so nice too. The food was so lovely too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, that's it for this episode of TBHF. To the next one.